Emma's hands were trembling. What she saw on the X-ray screen defied every security protocol she knew. When she called her supervisor, she realized how serious the situation was. But when the owner's identity was revealed... Let's start from the beginning of this incredible story. Emma Rodriguez, 34 years old, had been working as a security officer at Los Angeles International Airport for 8 years. Every day, she checked hundreds of suitcases, bags, and items, encountering all kinds of strange objects. From weapons to contraband, from forgotten gifts to prohibited substances, she had seen it all. Or so she thought. Wednesday morning, November 3rd, Emma arrived at the security checkpoint in Terminal 3 as usual. Sipping her coffee, she took her position at the X-ray machine. Morning shifts were usually quiet. Business travelers, hurried tourists, routine checks, familiar images. At 9:47 a.m., an elderly woman approached the security checkpoint. Margaret Chen, with her silver hair neatly arranged, wearing an elegant blouse and pants, carried a small suitcase and bag. When Emma looked at the monitor, she noticed the first strange thing. The arrangement of objects inside the suitcase was too perfect, as if everything had been placed with millimetric precision. When Emma looked more carefully, her breath caught. At the center of the suitcase was a metallic object. Its shape was familiar, but impossible. Her hands began to tremble. In her 8 years of experience, she knew every metallic object she'd seen: keys, watches, jewelry, electronic devices. But this was different. This object's X-ray image showed a density that was physically impossible. Emma whispered to the controller next to her, Jackson, "Call the supervisor, now!" Jackson heard the panic in Emma's voice and immediately called their supervisor, Marcus Williams. Marcus, with 15 years of experience, knew every security protocol. When he arrived and saw Emma's pale face, it was enough to understand the seriousness of the situation. When Marcus looked at the monitor, his eyes widened. "What is this?" he whispered. The object inside the suitcase seemed to be simultaneously both present and not present, like two different materials. The X-ray image showed that the object was both extremely dense and nearly transparent. Marcus had never seen anything like this in his 15-year career. "Emma, let's take this suitcase to manual control," said Marcus, but his voice was trembling. Margaret Chen was taken to a separate room away from the other waiting passengers. She was polite but determined, saying nothing, just smiling and waiting. When Emma and Marcus took the suitcase to the special control room, its weight seemed normal, but they were afraid to open it. When they opened the suitcase, there were ordinary items inside: clothes, books, small souvenirs. But the box in the center... Margaret Chen said in a calm voice, "You can open it. The time has come." When Emma's trembling hands opened the box, what she saw inside made her question everything she knew about the world. Inside the box was a metallic, shining sphere. But this sphere wasn't normal. It constantly changed colors, as if liquid light was flowing inside it. When Emma touched it, she felt a sudden surge of energy. Margaret Chen said quietly, "This is a memento my grandfather brought from Roswell in 1947. My grandfather was military personnel working there that night," Margaret continued. "He found this object after the crash and we've kept it in our family for 70 years. But I can't hide it anymore. I'm getting older and I don't want this secret to remain hidden any longer." Emma and Marcus were trying to grasp the magnitude of the situation. Marcus said, "I need to report this to my superiors." But looking at his phone, he realized there was no protocol for such a situation. Should he call the FBI, NASA, military authorities? Margaret Chen said, "Don't worry, they're already coming." Just then there was a gentle knock at the door. 2 people entered, agents in black suits with ID cards. "Mrs. Chen," said one of them, "we've been expecting you." Emma and Marcus were astonished. Who were these people? How did they know to come here? "My name is Agent Davis," said one of the men. "We've been following Margaret Chen for 3 months. We're here to retrieve the object her family possesses. This object is of critical importance to national security." Emma asked, "So this is real?" Agent Davis nodded, saying, "Some truths are the kind the public shouldn't know." As Margaret Chen handed the object to Agent Davis, she said, "We kept this secret for 70 years. Now it's in the right hands." Emma and Marcus signed confidentiality agreements. From that day on, every time Emma looked at an X-ray machine, she wondered what other secrets might be hidden, because she had learned that there were far more mysteries in the world than what appeared on the surface, and sometimes these mysteries revealed themselves on an ordinary Wednesday morning at the security checkpoint of Los Angeles Airport.